but
But only one result that we wanted.
Yeah, I know. I'm still upset about the Saturday night. It's just one of those things. But Denver's coming. It's time to get ready for Denver.
Right.
I'm kind of joking, but yeah, yesterday was rough. We played well enough to win that game and didn't, and it was a tough one to swallow.
You like to think that you've got a 3-2 lead going in the third period, that you can slam the door in that third period. Every team believes that they can do that because a lot of times you look at the overall, especially teams that are, top tier, the top
you
half
look at our
teams.
stats even. For the most part, if we got a lead going in the third period, we're going to win the hockey game.
Exactly.
I just thought, I'll be politically correct on how I say this, but, the penalty on Sean, I don't know. I listened to Gino on there. He sides with the refs a lot. I think we got to talk to him a little bit.
Well, I think he doesn't like getting calls from the. He doesn't like getting calls from the league.
Is that what it is?
That's what? Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
But
I'm usually right down the middle. At least I try to be. But let him be controversial.
Yeah. So the call on Sean. So anyway,
refresh my memory on that call.
It was kind of a stick where he was just back checking, and the stick got on the guy's hip, and he fell down. It wasn't a hook. His stick was right there, and it was.
I thought the hold on Gardner was.
Yeah, you know what? Even. So we talked about that as a staff. There were 2 holds on us that were really kind of soft holds, but we put ourselves in a weird spot by getting up and on them. Like our arm was up around their shoulder.
There was one on Wiley right?
We always talk about don't give the refs an opportunity to make a mistake. You know what I mean? Because if your arms are up and even if they go down, it looks like a hold. So, but the one on Sean was really a little bit different. But anyway, my whole point with that whole thing is you can't hold that power play off forever. And we've done a great job of it. Been really good on the kill all weekend. And really, even that whole kill didn't give them much. It just took one great play, and it was in the back of our net. And that's what frustrated me a little bit. I knew we had to get through that kill. And then we had 2 grade A chances right in the slot. One just handcuffed Werner and went right through his feet.
Yes.
And the other one was Barrett had a one-timer right in the right between the hash marks. We need one of those to extend that lead and make it to get that lead again. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And we couldn't convert on a couple of those. So frustrating night. They got a really lucky bounce in the first goal.
Yeah, what was that lucky bounce? It's hard to tell from my angle.
They fired it right up the wall. It hit a skate and bounced through 2 players' sticks right on the best player in the country stick.
Yeah, because
who
was it? Max?
Max is on the far side.
Yeah.
The pass wasn't going to Max. They fired it up the wall for a deflection into the zone. It hit a skate and popped right through 2 sticks over the middle. Now, with that said, we got a couple bounces on Friday night. So things kind of tend to even out in life and in hockey. So I'm not blaming the whole thing on a bounce or this or that because we got some bounces the first night.
You're not talking about the play off of the end wall from a shot.
I know Grant said that he tried to do that,
yes.
but I don't believe him at all.
I thought it was quite strategic on his side.
That's what he says.
Let's talk more about Friday in depth here. The final was 6-0. That wasn't a 6-0 game, though, wasn't? Because they outshot you, and they had 42 shots on goal. I mean, the story of the game, you guys capitalized on some things. You got the bounces, as you mentioned, but Jan Shostak.
Well, that's what I was going to say. On paper, I think that's a 3-2 Husky win.
Right.
Jan played phenomenal. It was a 3-2 game, in my opinion. That's how the game felt on the bench, and the score, it wasn't a 6-0 feels great. We haven't had many of those, but it wasn't a 6-0 game. I think that was about a 3-2 win for us.
Got off to a nice start, and throw pucks to the net. Good things can happen, and that's exactly what Noah Ernest did to kind of get you rolling.
Well, it's interesting because I was just going back through the video of the last weekend against Denver at home, and we really got all over our guys on Saturday morning about getting to the net. I mean, it was all the video was about. It was all the challenge. We thought they did a better job Friday night than we did of getting to the net, and since then we've been really good at getting to the blue paint. And I think there's a reason we're 5-2 since that game, and we're going to definitely need that again. It's funny, you think of Denver of being this really high-flying team that's moving all over, and they do a lot of that, but they're really good getting to the net and defending theirs, so it's going to be a battle of those areas this weekend.
So more about that game on Friday. I look back, and I don't even know what was on Saturday, but I was looking at the shots on goal, the individual shots on goal, and on Saturday especially, or on Friday especially, I saw 12 shots on goal from our defensemen. Yeah. Is that a good number?
Huge. That's huge. Just in general, you think of it, so when we looked at this year and how we needed to improve our scoring, last year was one of the lowest totals we've ever had from a D-Corps for points, and it's just the way it was and how it went. This year, you got Max Malinsky with 15 points and Finn Loftus with 12, and we've got way more points this year in the D-Corps than we did all of last year. So that's been a couple areas we needed to improve on were the power play, was our defenseman scoring, and was our returners upping their goal totals. And so far, knock on wood, those things have really improved.
keeping with the defensive theme here and offensive defenseman, Tanner Hendricks has got good offensive skill.
Yeah, he does.
What's his timeline right now? Is he still in line to be back here in a few weeks?
Yes.
That we can say?
I can't say anything definitive, but I will tell you this. It's fun to see him back on the ice right now. So he is back on skates, and he's out there working on it, and it looks really, really good to have him back. So, one thing, Jim, because it's going to go to Mick here in a second.
Right.
But there was one thing I just wanted to clean up just a little bit after the weekend. And for people that read the articles after the game and all that, and I talked to the team about it this morning, but there was a piece in there that I was, to be honest, as a coach, really upset about because it wasn't anything malicious. It wasn't on purpose, but it came across as I was basically blaming one of our players for the last play. That's a team play.
The game-winning goal.
The game-winning goal. That's a team play. That's on all of us. That's on me included. I would never blame one individual for one play. And to be honest, I think it said that I said the player made a bad decision. Well, actually, he didn't. Somebody else was yelling for the puck. It was one of the right reads. There are multiple reads you can make in that decision. And I just wanted to make sure our players knew that I would never throw one player under the bus. Certainly didn't intend to do that. We win and lose as a team. It's never an individual's fault. And to be honest, I take most of the blame when we lose. That's on me. So
it was a long.
I just wanted to clear that up a little bit.
It was on the back wall, and all of a sudden Max Plant shows up there. That's the play, right? That's,
you know what?
We kind of pinched off Zielinski.
In our system, when a D gets behind the net, they got three options: wheel, rim, or reverse. Those are the three. There was a called play. Plant got his stick in on there and broke it up, and they scored. And I think there's probably only one line in the country that's going to turn that into a goal that quickly.
Yeah, right.
And so that's on our system. That's on me. That's on our whole team. Like I said, we win and lose as a team. But they came across in that article like it was blaming one player for that, and I certainly don't want our fans to think I would ever do that.
Well, you've never done it.
I don't want our team to think I would ever do that.
In the 8 years, I can't remember it ever happening.
No,
to be honest.
No.
So,
I went back and looked at my answer on the video, and I didn't answer it as well as I should have. I can see how it would have been interpreted that way, even though I didn't use those exact words. So anyway, I just didn't want our fans or team to ever think that I would blame a game on one player.
Now for post-game interviews, you could use AI.
To
put it in there and have AI answer. That's what people are using now these days. They're doing everything with AI, commercials and voices.
I could say I never said that. Somebody.
No, exactly. You can blame it on AI. It's a beautiful, beautiful way to go. So Saturday was 6-0. Just a fun game, like we said before.
Friday was 6-0.
Friday was 6-0.
I'm all over the place.
That's all right. That's all right. I'm the one who's usually all over the place. Finn Loftus had a goal. We talked about that. Tyson Gross just continues to put up big numbers. But the thing that comes about with Tyson Gross, all of a sudden, going into the Friday or after the Friday game, he's sixth in the country in points. It dropped a little bit after not getting on the board on Saturday, but he does so many other things. I mean, you think about power plays on the penalty kill. Is there anything that he doesn't do for the team?
It's really funny you say that because I was just out in the lobby on the phone with an NHL team that was asking about him, and that's what he is. He does everything well.
Yeah.
He's that guy that face-offs, D-zone, O-zone, forecheck, back check.
Is that kind of Blake Lizotte? Is that
a little bit? Blake was like that.
Yeah.
Like they just look different physically, obviously.
Yes.
But there's not a lot of holes to his game. The parts that he's really worked on is his off-ice strength and his explosiveness, and I think the fans can probably see his skating has gotten better since he's been here. He's gotten stronger since he's been here. He's rounding out his game more and more. I really believe he's got an opportunity to play at the highest level someday. I just hope it's not too soon.
Like next year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but look, we were disappointed that Isaac Posh left. Look, he's an all-star. In the American Hockey League. So I mean that. Sorry, I brought that up. I'm happy for him, but I wish he was here being all-star.
Well, it's that time of the year where I don't know if the fans really, but coaches start thinking about, okay, who are we going to lose early?
Right.
What guys might sign. You're trying to have your roster. Your first and foremost primary right now. We want to make the NCAA tournament. In our meeting today, we talked about. We've set ourselves up right now in a position where we don't have to rely on winning a league championship. We don't have to rely on anybody else. We're 16th in the NPI. If we do our job here, we have the opportunity to make an NCAA tournament. That's in our hands, nobody else's. So if you would have told me with 10 games left, we'd be in a position to control our destiny. We'd take that opportunity. I think the guys are excited about it.
Where do you need to be? It's just like the pairwise. You need to be, 15? Because you know that there's going to be a team in there.
You want to probably be 13, 14 to make sure, right? We have great opportunities. And the best thing about this league is there are opportunities for NPI points every weekend. Now, obviously, going to Denver, and our job is to go out there and get points. get a win at least. You love more than that, but you know how challenging it's going to be out there. That probably moves us up a couple more. Then you know what I mean? Now, everybody in our league is playing well. Nobody's low. Miami just swept last weekend. They'll come in the next weekend. We go to Arizona State. We go to North Dakota. So that's why I say it's in our hands. If we, win enough hockey games right here in these last 10, we should put ourselves in an opportunity to make the tournament. And I love the fact that you're not thinking this time of year about your only way to do it is by winning the league championship. We can go on a run here and put ourselves in a good spot.
Definitely. More on Jan Shostak. Patty Berzins, Patrick's had been the number one guy. How did Jan handle that? It looks like it had a good effect on him that he wasn't playing there. 4 in a row starts for Berzins, and now he came out, played excellent in Omaha, and then turned that around on Friday, and played well Saturday too. Because
played really well Saturday. I mean, 2 of those were backdoor tap-ins that there's no chance.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, no chance on. I thought Jan played really well. Really well. That's the kid we recruited. That's the way he looked in the USHL last year. Everybody goes through growing pains, especially in that position. Well, not everybody, most people do. And Patty Berzins has done a good job. So he comes in, creates this competition, and as the fans probably get sick of me saying, but I think competition's a great thing back there. And they're both pushing each other. And now Jan doesn't want to give that net up.
No.
And now Patty's going to be working harder in practice, and he's going to be trying to get that net back, and they're going to be pushing each other. And I think that's a good thing.
The other thing about Jan, fiery. He threw his stick, trying that's a goalie, doing everything, throwing everything but the kitchen sink at it, trying to.
Interesting there. The league did confirm to me the next night that they made the wrong call. That's not a penalty shot. It should have been a 2-minute penalty.
It can be, though, in a right circumstance, right, if he throws a stick.
If the player has control of the puck while he throws his stick, it's a penalty shot. The player didn't. The puck was already in the corner. He threw the stick. It should have been a 2-minute penelty. You know what? Hey, he made the save on the breakaway, so I'm okay with it.
Well, Plan had
if they had scored on the breakaway, I'd be a little more upset.
Well, Max Plan had 2 breakaways.
Yep.
One was a
that
breakaway.
Was the difference in the game. So that's when we go back to that game. 6-0 sounds like you blew a team out.
Yeah.
If he doesn't make the save on the breakaway and on that penalty shot, it's probably a whole different game. And it's probably a game just like Saturday night that we go right down to the wire.
It's a shimmy, shimmy, shake. We're calling that now. Where he was.
Those are fun games. I got to believe. From a fan, if you're at that game, you're coming back to more games. You're thinking, this is fun hockey.
Well, we had a big crowd on Saturday.
We did. That was great.
The crowd Saturday was over 4,500, so that was really, really nice. We'll take a break. We'll come back more and talk with head coach Brett Larson on the Brett Larson Show. Players tonight, Damon Gardner, very timely, scored his first goal of the season over the weekend, and rookie defenseman Joe Belisle. We'll be here as well. We're at the Green Mill. We're on Facebook live with the video. Hello, Facebook. Are we on YouTube tonight here as well? We sometimes are, sometimes aren't. And, of course, for audio only, it's the Varsity Network app. From the Green Mill, it is the Brett Larson Show, and this is Huskies Hockey from Learfield.
When you need someone to listen.
It's fall, and that means teenagers are on the road commuting to and from school. Sure, fiddling around with your radio or phone picking the next song is distracting and dangerous, but the number one cause of teenage accidents in the United States is texting and driving. In fact, recent studies found that 1 out of every 4 car accidents are caused by texting and driving, and cell phone use is highest among young drivers aged 16 to 24, putting them at an all-time risk. 3,500 teens die each year from texting and driving. That's 11 teens each day. Parents, talk to your children, and most of all, lead by example. They're listening and watching you. It's simple, really. Don't drive intoxicated. Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. I hope you're never injured in an accident, but if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Bradshaw & Bryant.
Long day? Ugh, skip the stress of cooking. Quick Trip has dinner covered. Food's here. Stop into Quick Trip for appetizers and hearty meals. Hot and ready when you are. Grab a quick snack or dinner for the whole crew. Fresh, fast, and packed with flavor. Quick Trip is your ultimate destination for savory meals. For nights when time is short and taste matters most. Because great meals shouldn't wait, and they shouldn't require time you just don't have. Fuel your day with quality taste. Stop at Quick Trip. Food's here.
Looking for a college that feels like home and opens doors? Welcome to St. Cloud State, where Huskies come from all walks of life to chase big dreams. From small-town Minnesota to across the globe, SCSU is a place where everyone belongs. Whether you're into esports, student orgs, or cheering at D1 hockey games, there's always something happening on campus. And the best part? It's affordable, so you can focus on your future, not your finances. Come see it for yourself. Schedule your campus tour at St. Cloud State University, the home of the Huskies. Let's go Huskies!
Great apps and 27 taps. That's what you'll find at the Green Mill St. Cloud. Come on down to the mill and enjoy happy hour Sunday through Thursday from 3 to 6 with $1 off all taps and specials on rail drinks and wine. Plus, save $2 on select appetizers, Millhouse Nacho, Ellsworth Cheese Curd, and $8.99 personal 2-topping pizza. Always a great place to watch the game. Pizza, pasta, beer, and wings. Great apps and 27 taps. Come on down to the mill.
So good, so many ways, Green Mill.
Roto-Rooter is the original sewer and drain cleaning company. Our founder invented the first electric drain cleaning machine in 1935. Not all rooter companies are the same. Roto-Rooter is the best choice for plumbing, drain cleaning, and pipe repairs. When water isn't going down the drain like it's supposed to, call the experts at Roto-Rooter at 1-800-GET-ROTO.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
CentraCare M Physicians Orthopedics has sports medicine experts to support you, whatever your game. Whether you're trying to push harder, run faster, or achieve that personal best, our sports medicine team has the expertise you need. CentraCare M Physicians Orthopedics is proud to be the official sports medicine provider for St. Cloud State Athletics.
Welcome back. It is the Brett Larson Show here from the Green Mill. Again, the Huskies go to Denver, and just 4 home games left after the 2 home games for the Huskies here this past weekend. As we had the split with UMD here this past weekend, and then, of course, this upcoming week heading to Denver. And we'll preview that coming up here a little bit later. Again, our players are going to be Damon Gardner and Joe Belisle here today. First time for both of those players. Certainly first time for Joe Belisle to be on the show, the freshman. And one of the goals, of course, Saturday, guys fell behind 12 seconds in. And there's one thing about falling behind early is that, you kind of, put yourself behind the 8 ball there early on, but also, it's early and there's time to kind of rebound. How do you think the team reacted to that early goal that they scored on Saturday night?
Overall, really good. But I got to be honest, in the rink and on the bench, it was a weird feeling. Like the next 5 minutes, it was kind of quiet. Like everyone was almost shocked. It felt like felt like we were shocked. The crowd was shocked. It was like you could hear a pin drop in the rink. And it took us to get like a chance or two down at the other end to get okay, we're in this thing. We're going to get going a little bit. And then we just showed it to the team on video this morning. We had a pretty significant breakdown and gave Zamplant all alone feed right in the back door with 8 minutes into the period, and Shostak made the save. And I think after that it was like, okay, let's go. Without that save, we're down 2-0. It might be a different game. I thought Shostak played that really well, made a big save, kept us in it, and just little by little we crawled back in that thing. And then once we scored, we had a ton of confidence.
Gavin Thorson with a heck of a
Great
shot.
night. Oh man, he was good that night.
Yeah, it was. Yes. It was fun, and it's fun when he's scoring goals. It's fun, too, because
he's always a rat.
Right.
He's always ticking off their goalie,
Yes.
and he's always ticking off their coach, and he was ticking off everybody, which is fun.
Well, after he scored the goal, he skated past the UMD bench, and I'm sure he was just giving them suggestions on post-game meal locations.
Yeah,
here in St. Cloud.
I would say that one of their players did that to us earlier in the game.
Okay.
So that was a little bit of that, and then that kind of turned into every goal. They were doing it to us, we were doing it to them. It was a little heated that way.
And then they come back to score, and then a great goal, Werner Mietten and Austin Bernovic getting puck to the net from the point.
Well, Joe Belisle was the D that carried that puck down into the zone, then kicked it back to Bernie. That was a great shift. Another puck protection by Thorse early in the shift. That line, it was funny. I just did just gut thing. I kind of thought we weren't getting much offense in the first period. Switched to Sean to that line and put Hall with Gross and Bernovic, and I thought I was going to get the scoring out of the Gross Bernovic line with Halsey moving, but Miettinen's line really got buzzing.
When you flip flop, a Sean and Hall, or you've done Thorson and Hall a couple of times, that gives you a little versatility to kind of change maybe the character of each of those lines, right? A little bit depending on what you need.
It does a little bit. And sometimes, with whatever reason with Gross, Hall, and Bernovic, it gets a little stale at times. And I think sometimes when they don't expect it and they put it together, it kind of gives them a little shot.
Sure. Yeah.
There's only one puck and 3 guys that want it all the time. So it's sometimes you're looking for the right chemistry, and we kind of like splitting that up just a little. But I like to be able to go to it in game when we and then it gives me an opportunity to put that line out for any offensive zone faceoff we got. I could get them out there for that, and that worked well.
The Max Malinsky goal that gave you the lead 3-2 in the second period, I called it backhand-orama.
Yeah.
Because it was backhand, and then in the net. I kind of like that.
You take what's given,
yes,
right? And those were the lanes that were given, and we made the plays. So.
And I think Werner wanted to go back to Grant.
I'm not sure Werner was giving that puck to Smoke.
No, because one of the defenders actually touched it, and I think kind of just redirected a little bit.
You're directing the puck towards the net. They had made a couple really good plays, and Smoke jumped in there and put that one in. So he's doing a great job. He's got a really good knack of joining the offensive in the offensive zone, knowing when to creep in and help. Obviously, he's got 15 points, which has been huge for us on the blue line, and he's got a really good knack for that.
So the final in that one was 5-3 shots. It was a different kind of game. There weren't as many shots overall. It was a different game, a little tighter.
You watched the game, and there was almost nothing going on in the game. Now, both teams defended the middle really well in the neutral zone. Both teams defended the defensive zones really well. The weird thing about it wasn't that game where the crowd's up on their feet either way, because there wasn't all those chances around the net.
Yes.
It was nothing, and then a great A all of a sudden. Either way, like Zamplan all alone on the back door, or Barrett Hall with a one-timer in the slot. It was such good defensive play by both teams that it took a breakdown for something to open up.
Didn't have a single review, I don't think, all weekend. Do you remember? I don't know. So I think it was a pretty well-rounded weekend of hockey, really, when you look at it.
It was. We tied the special teams battle, which going into that weekend we knew was a key for us. So we tied that one. Our goaltending was excellent. I loved our compete and our energy and our execution all weekend. Again, if Duluth is top 4 in the country, I think we're proving that we can play with anybody at the highest levels.
No doubt about that. And like we said, we were talking about the NPI. After the win on Friday, you got bumped, started at 19 up to 16, but then you stayed at 16 with the loss. But
that's the great thing about our league.
That.
Yeah, that's the great thing about our league. A loss against a team like that doesn't hurt you as much as a win helps you.
Yes.
So the win helped us a lot. The loss didn't bump us down. Denver's high enough rated where this is a big weekend for us, NPI. There's certain weekends we call you just got to hold serve.
Yes.
You want to make sure you're probably not going to move up down much with wins. But we've got enough quality opponents left and enough games left to get some big wins for us to move us up that.
One more segment with head coach Brett Larson. We'll look ahead to the Denver series, and then we'll get you to Damon Gardner and Joe Belisle coming up here on the Brett Larson Show from the newly refurbished Green Mill. Come out and check it out. This is Huskies hockey from Learfield.
All the planning, work, and preparation for the holidays. Why do we do it? In the blur of life, we can take our blessings for granted, distracted by the noise and our own interests. We gather to slow down and reflect on what truly matters, time with loved ones, and cherishing simple moments. We gather to choose gratitude. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from all of us at Shields.
Long day? Ugh, skip the stress of cooking. Quick Trip has dinner covered. Food's here. Stop into Quick Trip for appetizers and hearty meals. Hot and ready when you are. Grab a quick snack or dinner for the whole crew. Fresh, fast, and packed with flavor. Quick Trip is your ultimate destination for savory meals. For nights when time is short and taste matters most. Because great meals shouldn't wait, and they shouldn't require time you just don't have. Fuel your day with quality taste. Stop at Quick Trip. Food's here.
Roto-Rooter is the original sewer and drain cleaning company. Our founder invented the first electric drain cleaning machine in 1935. Not all rooter companies are the same. Roto-Rooter is the best choice for plumbing, drain cleaning, and pipe repairs. When water isn't going down the drain like it's supposed to, call the experts at Roto-Rooter at 1-800-GET-ROTO.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Looking for a college that feels like home and opens doors? Welcome to St. Cloud State, where Huskies come from all walks of life to chase big dreams. From small-town Minnesota to across the globe, SCSU is a place where everyone belongs. Whether you're into esports, student orgs, or cheering at D1 hockey games, there's always something happening on campus. And the best part? It's affordable, so you can focus on your future, not your finances. Come see it for yourself. Schedule your campus tour at St. Cloud State University, the home of the Huskies. Let's go Huskies!
Comes back up to the red line. Thorson tries to play it to himself. Tied up as Hansen. Thorson ends up with it. Comes out of the corner. Zigzags his way to the middle. To the slot shot. Scores! Thorson! And he has some words with the UMD bench. We're tied at 1. That was the tying goal on Saturday. Great shot. We've already kind of talked about it, but Gavin, just how he kind of floated and then just ripped a wrist shot, just blistering to tie that game. So now we move on to Denver. Before I talk about that, you guys, when you play Duluth, the teams know a lot about each other, right? I mean,
yes.
There's a lot of familiarity there.
There's a lot of familiarity there, and to be honest, there's a lot of rivalry there, not just amongst the players, but the coaches. And I would say, I think the team knows if I want to win a game, that's the one that I want to, that's a weekend I want us to win big time. Not that you don't want to win every weekend that you play, but that's a rivalry for me personally, obviously, and for the team, it's a big one too.
We did a little thing on the TV broadcast on Saturday. A close friend of yours, you've known him for a long time. Anybody who's gone to a UMD Husky game over the years probably recognizes him because he got Hoagie, who's their assistant equipment manager up there, had a medical episode, a health issue on Christmas, December 25th, and we mentioned that. And he's up in the hospital there. You had some really cool stories about him. You actually, as a player, you shared your senior year. He was your roommate on the road.
I have too many funny stories. So Hoagie, just so you know, and I don't know the proper term, I guess, but we always said mentally handicapped. I know there were some issues when he was born, and he was probably at about a 12-year-old level as far as mentally. And
he's been there since 81 as a volunteer.
He started at 81 as 19 years old. So he's in the Hall of Fame up there, Athletic Hall of Fame, and I introduced him that night and told a bunch of the old stories. One of my favorite was the old coach up there that I played for was a guy named Mike Surdich. Mike had been there forever. And Hoagie, so the government takes care of Hoagie as far as his housing and some different things, but he's got to work 2 hours a day at a job other than being at UMD. So there was an old Mexican restaurant downtown called Hacienda del Sol. Hoagie would wash dishes there for 2 hours and then come to the rink. And when Sturdy got fired, Hoagie walked into his office, and Sturdy tells the story. Hoagie goes, "Hey, Sturdy," he goes, "if you need a job, I can talk to my boss at the Hacienda,
Can he make guacamole?
So I had to ask Sturdy's permission to tell that story at the Hall of Fame thing, but Hoagie's just a great guy. He's my roommate on the road my senior year. When I was playing out in San Diego, I'd fly him out, and he'd come stay with me for a week. And one of the fun stories was, and this was back before 9/11, where you could change plane tickets and all that stuff easily. So he was out there for a week, and we had a player hurt. And my coach said, all the guys had gotten to know Hoagie in 1 week, so he was kind of our San Diego Gulls stick guy all of a sudden. And we're going up to Anchorage for a 3-game series, and we got a guy hurt, and the coach said, "Hey, does Hoagie want to come up to Anchorage with us for the week?" So we changed his ticket. He came up there, spent the week in Anchorage with us, and I have so many stories from golf events to my senior year. My dad's passed away now, but my dad made it to every road trip when I played. And Hoagie would always go on the bus trips, but the team wouldn't pay for the flight trips.
Sure.
So on the flight trips, my dad would bring him, and he'd really enjoy those. And he was really close with our family. He's been in probably I'm not kidding. I bet he's been in 150 weddings at least, maybe more. Yeah, he's
in the wedding.
In the wedding, like in the wedding. Yeah,
party.
like we in the wedding party. Yeah. So he's just been a huge part of that program, and I'm just I saw him Sunday, and I'm just hoping he can continue to keep getting better.
Let's talk about Denver now, the next opponent, and they're scuffling a little bit. I think they've only won one of their last 7, but you can't pay attention to that, right? I mean, that's just a stat that we like to share.
That's our league. That's our league. Again, they played Western Michigan at home. They go to North Dakota. So it's not like you could easily go 0-5 in a stretch like that when you're playing teams like that, as good as you might be. We saw them in here. I thought they were one of the best teams we played all year when we played them in here. So it'll be I'm not looking at their record much, Jim, and think it's going to be easy out there or anything like that. So
tell me about Damon Gardner and Joe Belisle. Are they here yet?
Obviously, they're back there. They're right there. Yep. Damon just scored a big goal for us the other night. Obviously, it's fun just to get him on the board. I think any player, especially a forward, scoring can add some confidence and give you that boost you need. So I was really excited for him to get that one. And Joe's just kind of quietly worked his way into the lineup and done a really good job for us. Didn't play a ton early. Obviously, we're injury and then losing Thiessen. We've been down to 6 defensemen for a few weeks. Normally you play 7. We've been down to 6, and Joe's stepped in and done a really good job.
Give us an update injury-wise, Jack Rogers.
Yeah.
What's Jack's?
That's a complicated one.
Okay.
I don't think it's been determined. It's one of those weird things where I think they're trying to determine if he can play at all, or if not, he needs a surgery now or the surgery at the end of the year. That's between the doctors, him, the MRIs, all that stuff. So I haven't been given final word on that
yet. That really stinks because he was contributing and playing well, and he had the injury last year, too.
I know. I feel bad for him.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jack, get well soon.
Yeah.
Coach, we'll see you
Jim,
at the airport on Thursday.
On the way to Denver. Thanks for coming out. I said, hey, the real fans are here tonight, by the way. It's like 0 out.
Yeah,
like minus 20 wind chill.
And half of them told me they walked.
Yeah?
So, uphill.
I don't believe
uphill
that,
both ways, I think is what
now you sound like Granite Sean saying that he banked that one on purpose off the end wall at Grocer.
Thanks a lot. There's Coach Brett Larson here. You bet. Thank you. On the Brett Larson Show, more coming up for you. Like we said, Damon Gardner, Joe Belisle will be with us here on the Brett Larson Show from the Green Mill. This Huskies hockey from Learfield.
Roto-Rooter is the original sewer and drain cleaning company. Our founder invented the first electric drain cleaning machine in 1935. Not all rooter companies are the same. Roto-Rooter is the best choice for plumbing, drain cleaning, and pipe repairs. When water isn't going down the drain like it's supposed to, call the experts at Roto-Rooter at 1-800-GET-ROTO.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Great apps and 27 taps. That's what you'll find at the Green Mill St. Cloud. Come on down to the mill and enjoy happy hour Sunday through Thursday from 3 to 6 with $1 off all taps and specials on rail drinks and wine. Plus, save $2 on select appetizers, Millhouse Nacho, Ellsworth Cheese Curd, and $8.99 personal 2-topping pizza. Always a great place to watch the game. Pizza, pasta, beer, and wings. Great apps and 27 taps. Come on down to the mill.
So good, so many ways. Green Mill. At St. Cloud State University, athletics are more than just games. They're an essential part of the Husky experience. From D1 hockey games to championship-winning wrestling, volleyball, and more, there's Husky pride in every corner of campus. Whether you're on the field, in the stands, or cheering from the student section, you're a part of something big. And the best part? SCSU is close to home, affordable, and packed with community that's got your back, in class and on the court. Come see what it means to be a Husky. Schedule your campus tour today at St. Cloud State University, the home of the Huskies.
When you need someone to listen.
It's fall, and that means teenagers are on the road commuting to and from school. Sure, fiddling around with your radio or phone picking the next song is distracting and dangerous, but the #1 cause of teenage accidents in the United States is texting and driving. In fact, recent studies found that 1 out of every 4 car accidents are caused by texting and driving, and cell phone use is highest among young drivers aged 16 to 24, putting them at an all-time risk. 3,500 teens die each year from texting and driving. That's 11 teens each day. Parents, talk to your children and most of all, lead by example. They're listening and watching you. It's simple, really. Don't drive intoxicated. Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. I hope you're never injured in an accident, but if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Long day? Ugh, skip the stress of cooking. Quick Trip has dinner covered. Food's here. Stop into Quick Trip for appetizers and hearty meals. Hot and ready when you are. Grab a quick snack or dinner for the whole crew. Fresh, fast, and packed with flavor. Quick Trip is your ultimate destination for savory meals. For nights when time is short and taste matters most. Because great meals shouldn't wait, and they shouldn't require time you just don't have. Fuel your day with quality taste. Stop at Quick Trip. Food's here.
Here comes Max Plant.
Penalty shot in on the
Noonan.
right side. Backhand save.
Stay out. Stay out. Stay out.
And he just
Yeah,
does
boy.
stay out and then shimmies his way. A little shimmy and a shuffle to make sure he doesn't cross the goal line.
Yeah, that was the penalty shot save. Big moment in the game, certainly on Friday night from Jan Shostak. And with us here, our player guests. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, for Joe Belisle and Damon Gardner. Guys, thanks for coming here tonight. Thank you, Damon.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We did this last year. You were on, right?
Yep.
And then, Joe, this is your first time. I'm just going to adjust your mic just a little bit there. You've never done anything like this in front of a live studio audience. Are you nervous?
Not really.
Okay,
All
good.
these people
good.
seem very nice,
Right.
so I'm glad to be here.
Yes, they are very nice. I mean, you're working at the point, holding pucks into the zone. I mean, you can handle any situation, right?
Just about, yeah.
Damon, what'd you think of that save by Jan Shostak? He made some pretty big ones on Friday, certainly, but the shootout one where he was he was down on his pads and he did the kind of little shimmy thing, kind of back and forth. I thought the kid must have some rhythm. He must be a pretty good dancer back there in Russia.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that was definitely a lot of pressure, just one-on-one mid-game, so that was unreal.
Yeah, that was a fun game, wasn't it, Joe? I mean, Coach said it here. It was closer than a 6-0 game, but, sometimes things go your way. You had an assist. You had your first goal against Yale. Let's talk about that a little bit. What do you remember? It was kind of, just get it to the net from the point, and you're able to kind of thread the needle.
Yeah, so I think Grant was working it low, got it up to me, and I took a step to the middle and just fired it on net.
Right.
Wasn't really aiming for a corner, but luckily it hit the post and went in, so it's pretty cool.
And give me an idea of how you feel about your season, how it's going. Obviously, coming in as a freshman, you kind of had to earn some playing time there, and with some other circumstances there, you got into the lineup, and now there's no way you can take you out of the lineup right now. Regardless of the number of defensemen available, I don't think that matters. Just so you're playing so well, even if there were 3 defensemen waiting in the wings as far as reserves, it'd be tough to get you out of the lineup because you've improved just consistently, basically with every game. Do you kind of get that feeling too?
Yeah, every game get more and more comfortable. Coming in from juniors, it was definitely tough the first couple weeks. Everyone's so much better. College hockey is just so much better. But, just work every day, do all the little things right.
Right.
Don't try to be too flashy. Do your job, and good things come. So, and that's what it's came. So, keep doing what I do.
Damon, when you first played college hockey that first year at Clarkson, did you have that thing too, where you're moving from high school, then juniors, and then into the college game? That it is kind of a shock, just the level. Everybody's bigger, everybody's faster, everybody's more skilled than at those other levels. Something you had to adjust to.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, going from juniors, you're playing against anywhere from 16 to 20-year-olds, and then you get to college, and the average age of a team could be 23. Right. So I feel like it's definitely just a little bit of a change playing against men, and it's definitely more of a detailed game in college than in juniors. In juniors, there's definitely a lot more mistakes and a lot more opportunity and chances, I feel like, and there's less mistakes in college hockey as well.
You got that first goal of the season on Saturday. That had to feel good.
Yeah, that's definitely nice to get that one out of the way and hopefully keep building off that.
Yes.
So
you've had some close calls, right? You've had some good shots and good looks, and just happens the goalie makes a save, gets a pad out there in a couple of them earlier in the year that I can remember.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Kind of just things not going the way a bit, but hopefully turn that around, So
kind of nice when you play against those old War Road guys.
Yeah.
Your old teammates, Grant Slukinski, and obviously Jason Chagabe here this past weekend. You guys were on some pretty good teams. I mean, that year you were on that team, and the points that he put up, and you had 80-some points as well. I mean, kind of go back, and because you came down, you had played like prep hockey in Canada, right? U16, U15s, and so far. Then you go down to War Road. What was that like, the transition into Minnesota high school hockey, Damon?
No, that was sweet. So my 11th grade year, I was in Omaha in the USHL, and then I was kind of like COVID during that year, and then kind of still a little bit the next year. And then so I was kind of thinking about doing like a before and after, like go play in the USHL and then go back to high school. And then I started off the year in Omaha, my senior year, and then ended up going back to War Road, and then finished the year out there. Had a good state tournament run. We got second and
lost to Hermantown.
Yeah, lost
right?
to Hermantown.
3-2. So that was a reunion there against the Plant Boys, and Ty Hansen was on that team too.
Yeah, exactly. So familiar with a lot of those guys. And then finished the year off in Tri-City there, and it was a great experience. And wish I played all 4 years at War Road.
Right.
It's a great program.
Yes,
so.
and they're doing well again. Did you get a chance to reminisce or chat a little bit with Jason at all?
I did when we went to Duluth.
Okay.
One of the first weekends, I think.
Yeah,
so,
And he's got a brother, Ryan, who's playing for War Road, and they're doing pretty well as well. And Joe, you come to us from White Bear Lake, and you brought some friends with you. You weren't the only one. You have Nolan Road, of course, had a great year, and then also Aiden Welch, big Aiden Welch, who's gotten in a few games here or there. And you were in juniors. Who were you with? You were with Welch and Ernest, right?
I was, yes, at Sioux Falls.
At Sioux Falls. And Eric Rude. Coach Rude was your head coach.
He was.
As well, which would have been one of the 2 years, right? Because he was here last year. So last year you had the new coach there at Sioux Falls. So what was that like? I mean, you had some familiarity coming in into the program here.
Yeah, I mean, with Noah Ernest, Aiden Welch, and then Nolan Road, growing up with him and Aiden, it made the transition 10 times easier. I'm with him in the dorms every day. We have so much fun. And just to have my two best friends in with college, it's super special, and we don't take it for granted.
So what is the living situation here? When you're a freshman, you have to live in the dorms, and then next year you can go to the Chum Bucket or the Crack House, or what was the other one, the Hub, right? Are those the three? How I know that, I don't know, but I hear enough stories about it maybe. But so you look forward to that, right, the sophomore year, but you got to do your freshman due diligence, right?
Yeah, we have to. I mean, it's not terrible. We enjoy it. We enjoy the dorms. We have fun.
Yeah. Hey, Damon, when you play UMD, that's a heck of a rivalry, isn't it? I mean, you guys got up for the game. They got up for the game. There's some extracurriculars, but nothing ever really gets out of complete control where there's a total Donnybrook. I think there's a pretty good respect between the two teams as well, and the two head coaches, certainly.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. It's a big rivalry, and it was a big weekend this weekend as well.
Yeah.
Getting that 6-0 win, I thought that was a pretty big statement there as well.
Right, and it gives you guys some confidence, because they came in rated 6. Denver's, a highly rated team, always a contender for the national championship. So that should give you guys some confidence. You play games like that. Sometimes even if you lose, you still have some good confidence where you can go out and then play these teams and continue to compete and get wins and get to that NCAA tournament. Yeah,
I agree. I think it's like consistency and just building off wins like that, and able to just do that every day. It's like starts from practice, just like details stuff. So
it's been very competitive getting the lineup. You've had to sit some games. I mean, you can look at the roster and look at the stats and see that. How tough is that as a player? Is it something that it fires you to work in practice to try to get back in and do your best, and then when you get that chance, you got to make the best of it, like you did here this weekend, Damon?
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of just like we have a good roster, right?
Yes.
And so you just have to be really detailed in practice and always working and always doing the most you can, right? And like you said, when you get in, you have to make an impact for sure, certainly one way or another.
More with Joe Belisle and Damon Gardner when we come back. Again, the Huskies go to Denver here this weekend. I'll be on the radio call on KNSI and on the Varsity Network app. Looking forward to it. Always fun. And I haven't looked at the forecast yet to what Denver is going to be like. Sometimes it's warm. Sometimes it's cold. I wouldn't take, as far as cold as it is here this weekend, it's going to get cold again. If it's in the 50s in Denver, I mean, I will be absolutely thrilled. So we will take a look. Isabella, you look at what's the highs? 30s and 40s in Denver? Oh, I guess. Well, I guess I have to go skiing. You don't want to see me on skis. We'll take a break. Coming back after this, more of the Brett Larson Show from the Green Mill.
All the planning, work, and preparation for the holidays. Why do we do it? In the blur of life, we can take our blessings for granted, distracted by the noise and our own interests. We gather to slow down and reflect on what truly matters, time with loved ones, and cherishing simple moments. We gather to choose gratitude. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from all of us at Shields.
Long day? Ugh, skip the stress of cooking. Quick Trip has dinner covered. Food's here. Stop into Quick Trip for appetizers and hearty meals. Hot and ready when you are. Grab a quick snack or dinner for the whole crew. Fresh, fast, and packed with flavor. Quick Trip is your ultimate destination for savory meals. For nights when time is short and taste matters most. Because great meals shouldn't wait, and they shouldn't require time you just don't have. Fuel your day with quality taste. Stop at Quick Trip. Food's here.
Roto-Rooter is the original sewer and drain cleaning company. Our founder invented the first electric drain cleaning machine in 1935. Not all rooter companies are the same. Roto-Rooter is the best choice for plumbing, drain cleaning, and pipe repairs. When water isn't going down the drain like it's supposed to, call the experts at Roto-Rooter at 1-800-GET-ROTO.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter. When you need someone to listen.
It's fall, and that means teenagers are on the road commuting to and from school. Sure, fiddling around with your radio or phone picking the next song is distracting and dangerous, but the #1 cause of teenage accidents in the United States is texting and driving. In fact, recent studies found that 1 out of every 4 car accidents are caused by texting and driving, and cell phone use is highest among young drivers aged 16 to 24, putting them at an all-time risk. 3,500 teens die each year from texting and driving. That's 11 teens each day. Parents, talk to your children, and most of all, lead by example. They're listening and watching you. It's simple, really. Don't drive intoxicated. Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. I hope you're never injured in an accident, but if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Bradshaw & Bryant.
Great apps and 27 taps. That's what you'll find at the Green Mill St. Cloud. Come on down to the mill and enjoy happy hour Sunday through Thursday from 3 to 6 with $1 off all taps and specials on rail drinks and wine. Plus, save $2 on select appetizers, Millhouse Nacho, Ellsworth Cheese Curd, and $8.99 personal 2-topping pizza. Always a great place to watch the game. Pizza, pasta, beer, and wings. Great apps and 27 taps. Come on down to the mill.
So good, so many ways. Green Mill.
So Mienden empty netter, 5-2 Huskies, minute 12 left. Pack is back in the net here for Yale. Huskies right back, a shot, Pack to save. Rebound back up to the left point. Oh, they score! That's Joe Belisle. Joe Belisle has just scored his first career goal. Huskies want to get that puck.
And did they, Joe, get the puck?
Yes, they did.
You have the puck. I think I've seen photographic evidence that you do have the puck.
I have it. It's sitting on my desk right now.
Okay, very nice. Might be able to mount that, put a little gold plaque. Damon, do you have your first goal from when you were at Clarkson?
I do, actually. It's at home.
Okay, very nice. And I do owe you something here, too, because that's the last break that we're going to take. So let's enjoy Damon Gardner's goal from this weekend, huh?
Shoulder save, loose
No way.
Scores! Damon Gardner off of the rebound, and Damon Gardner adds to the scoring here tonight, 6-0.
All right, so both of those guys, give them a little hand. So, Damon, you had 2 sisters that played Division I college hockey, didn't you? Tell us about that.
Yeah, I actually had 3 sisters
3?
that played Division I. Yeah. One played at UND before the girls program shut down, and then I had 2 play at Mankato.
Yeah, Kayla, Demi, and Mariah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah, 3.
Yeah, so they're definitely a big inspiration for me. Kind of just going around like the rinks in Minnesota, watching college hockey at a young age. That was pretty sweet. So yeah, no, that's pretty good for them. Yeah.
Did they put up numbers similar to yours in the youth?
Yeah, definitely. I think like they won a couple state championships as well too.
Yeah.
So
well,
they
War
Road,
got
that on
right. Yeah. And that was at War Road, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Their girls program has been as awesome as the boys, and I know that they haven't won a championship though since when? 2005, mid 2000s, 04, 05. They've been making regular trips, and I actually. I text every now and then back and forth with Jason's father. Gotten to know him as an assistant coach with Warroad, and he says they're pretty good here this year and should be a contender on the Class A side of things. How's White Bear Lake doing this year, Joe?
I think they're about 500 this year. They started off really good. I know they beat some ranked teams.
That's a tough section they play in, though, with Hill Murray,
really
Stillwater.
Really good section with Stillwater going to the finals last year. But lately, I haven't really seen what they've been doing, so
that's all right.
Hopefully good.
That's all right. You just check in every now and then. Mm-hmm. That's all that we ask of you for the show. Joe, Coach Anderson is there, right? Coach Chris Anderson.
Yep.
Was a former Husky. Was that an influence for you?
Yeah, for sure. During high school, we would every year we would come up and watch a Huskies game with the team. So we got to do that, just see the rink and the cool facilities. And then when Nolan committed, we were all in high school, and we knew with him there, he was always talking to Coach Larson. And then finally when I started getting recruited, he was a big part of that, and I was always asking him questions, obviously, because he went here. So, yeah, it was a big part of my decision.
Yeah, that was cool. So it's good to have all 3 of you guys here. And Damon, for you, you went out to Clarkson for the 1 year, and then you came back here to this part of the country last year here with the Huskies, and we're really fortunate to have you here. What was that decision like as far as leaving Clarkson, and then was there a coaching change or anything there? Just tell me about the process that it took to go from there and then get back to St. Cloud here this year now in your 2nd year.
Yeah, so there was a coaching change at Clarkson, and then overall, I think I just kind of wanted to be closer to home, and being able to go with St. Cloud State was a great option, and I'm glad I did. Yeah. And just being so close to home, having family come here every weekend, compared to being at Clarkson, I think it was 24 hours from home. But yeah, no, it's such a huge difference, having family and all that stuff come up every weekend. So it's definitely a good change for me, for sure.
You were a Mr. Hockey finalist, and it was kind of fun because the games here this weekend, Duluth and St. Cloud State, we had 7 former Mr. Hockey finalists. We have 5 of them on our team, which is fantastic, and they had 2, and of course Jason was the one that was Mr. Hockey, but that had to be a fun honor for you. You go to the banquet and everything like that. Who won it the year that you were a finalist?
It was Max Strand.
Oh, okay, from Roseau. Yeah.
I think he plays at Vermont now.
Yes, so. Yeah, he came here, so was here a part of that, and next year we go to Vermont. We're heading out to Denver. Have you ever been out to Colorado, Joe?
I have. I've vacationed in Colorado a few times. Me and my family would.
You guys go to Vail?
We would ski there. We would go to Breckenridge, Snowmass. So we used to ski a lot. It's a lot harder now that I'm in school.
Right, yes. You're a little busy
hockey season,
there.
so
you're not going to try like we get there Thursday. You're going to try and get out there Thursday night to do some skiing.
I would love to. That'd be awesome if I could. But
so you must be a good skier then. Are you doing the slalom, or you're swooshing, or you're a snowboarder, or what do you prefer?
Just like mountain skiing, slalom, going through trees and stuff. I can't really do any tricks.
Going through trees. You're going
around them.
Around them. Okay, very good. Didn't want you to end up like Sonny Bono. That's a bad joke. I'm sorry. You're going to be shocked to know that I'm more of an inner tube guy.
I believe it.
Tubing. Yeah. Thank you. Damon, are you a skier?
Yeah. I haven't been for probably 10 years.
Okay.
Though. But yeah, a lot of my sisters, they were into snowboarding and stuff.
Okay.
Like that.
All right. Well, that's very good. one other thing here that I wanted to ask you about was you were on were you on the White Bear Lake team that lost in the last second, or was that because Nolan was on that team? You were on that team too. Was it Moorhead? Not. You'd already left.
I was a year out.
You're a year older than Rode.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you were already out, but that was heartbreaking. And was it Moorhead? Or was it Grand Rapids? Okay, I get my orange and black teams all mixed up because you got White Bear Lake, you got your Moorhead, you got your Grand Rapids. I think Farmington is orange and black too. But that was heartbreaking. It's hard to believe that White Bear Lake has never won a quarterfinal game, which is kind of stunning.
It is. I remember watching the game.
Yeah.
I was.
That was me.
Yeah.
Calling the game. Okay, you didn't know
we
that.
We were in Green Bay on an away trip, and I remember watching on the hotel TV just devastated when they scored with however many seconds.
Yes, it was exciting. It was a fun call, but certainly felt bad for those White Bear Lake boys, but good for the Grand Rapids Halloween machine that moved on. What do you think about going to Denver here, Damon, for the team, and also more or so about how much time we have left in the season, how fast the season has gone? Do you think it's gone pretty quickly?
Yeah, it's definitely flown by. I think we have like 10 games left, a few home weekends left. So, no, it's definitely flown, and this is a big weekend for us as well. They're ranked pretty high, and so this is going to be huge for us.
Yeah. Joe, your thoughts? I've already asked you about skiing out in Colorado, but you're out there to play some hockey here this weekend. Have you ever played hockey in Colorado?
I have not.
First time, okay.
I have not, so, yeah, it's a huge weekend for us, and I think, we're going in there to get 2 wins.
Yes.
And I think that's what we're going to do, try to make a statement, climb up the rankings. So that's what we're going to try to do.
You've skied in those elevations, actually even higher, up in the mountains a little bit more. How much do you guys worry about the whole thinner air?
We haven't talked about it at all.
Okay.
So
sometimes it's a little more mind over matter?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be feeling it a little bit after the first period, but after we get our legs loose and our lungs going, I'm sure it won't affect us at all.
And you've done it already.
Yeah.
It seems like staying hydrated is a big deal because not only is it high as far as elevation and the thinner air, it's dry. It's the high desert. It's dry. You got to drink a lot of water, don't you, Damon?
Absolutely, yeah. I think last year, I didn't notice it too much, which was a good thing, but yeah.
Which is surprising because you're even higher at 6'4".
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's even a little thinner where you're at.
Yeah. Sure.
All right. Thank you very much. That was the joke of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Damon, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We will see you in Denver. We'll see you at the airport. Joe Belisle, Damon Gardner, thank you so much. Again, 2 more of the great individuals here on this Huskies roster, and great to have them again here on the Brett Larson Show. Thanks, everybody. Thanks to Ben. Thanks to the Green Mill. Wonderful new renovation. Come out and check it out. I'll be back here on Monday from the Green Mill as you've been listening to the Brett Larson Show, and this has been Huskies Hockey from Learfield.